Group D might be one of the hardest groups to predict, because on paper, you can make a case for the USA. You can make a case for Turkey. You can make a case for Paraguay ruining everyone's tournament. And even Australia, the team I'm predicting to finish fourth, are not weak. So this is not a group where I can just say USA first, Turkey second, Paraguay third, Australia fourth, and move on. Because the real story is how we get there. If the USA win the opener, they control the group. If Turkey beat Australia, they immediately put pressure on the USA. If Paraguay get a draw against either USA or Turkey, they may only need one win to qualify. And if Australia steal even 1 point, the whole third place race changes. So today, I'm going to predict every single match in Group D, update the table as the games develop, and show you why this group could be much tighter than it looks. Group D is the United States, Turkey, Paraguay, Australia. The USA are my pick to win the group, but not because they are obviously the best team in every category. They have home advantage. They have the crowd. They have attacking pieces like Christian Pulisic, Folarin Balogun, Ricardo Pepi, Tim Weah, Gio Reyna, Weston McKennie and Malik Tillman. And under Mauricio Pochettino, they should be aggressive, vertical and difficult to play against. But there are questions. The goalkeeper situation is not completely settled. The defensive structure still has doubts. And at a World Cup, playing at home can be an advantage, but it can also become pressure. Turkey are the danger team, maybe the most exciting team in the group. They have Arda Güler, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Kenan Yıldız, Can Uzun, Kerem Aktürkoğlu, Barış Alper Yılmaz. In terms of creative talent, Turkey might have the highest ceiling in the group, but they can also be open. They can give you chances, and that is why I'm not putting them first. Paraguay are the team nobody wants to play. Compact, physical, disciplined, very difficult to break down, but they also have one big problem: scoring goals. Their qualifying profile was built on defensive strength, not attacking explosion. And Julio Enciso's fitness is a huge concern. If Enciso is limited or misses the opener, Paraguay lose a major creative spark. And then there is Australia. I have them fourth, but I want to be very clear. Australia are not a bad team. They are disciplined, they are experienced, they are dangerous on set pieces. They can absolutely take a draw from someone. So even if I predict them to finish last, I do not think they will be easy to beat. The first match is USA versus Paraguay. And this is massive for the United States, because if the USA win this game, the entire group opens up for them. They will have 3 points before playing Australia, and they could go into the final match against Turkey with qualification almost under control. But if they draw, suddenly the pressure increases. And if they lose, the home World Cup becomes tense immediately. Paraguay are exactly the type of opponents that can make the USA uncomfortable. They will not give the USA much space. They will make the game physical, they will slow the rhythm, they will defend compactly, and they will try to punish mistakes. This is not the kind of match where the USA should expect to create 10 clear chances. They need patience, they need Pulisic between the lines, they need McKennie attacking the box, they need Balogun or Pepi to finish one of the few real chances they get. The big question for Paraguay is Enciso. If he is fully fit, Paraguay have more spark. If he is not ready, they become much more dependent on set pieces, counters and defensive discipline. I think Paraguay make this difficult. I think they score, maybe from a transition, maybe from a second ball, maybe from one moment where the USA defense switches off. But with home advantage, attacking energy and more ways to create, I think the USA find a way. My prediction, USA 2, Paraguay 1. The USA start with 3 points. Paraguay lose, but they are not out of it. And that matters because Paraguay's whole tournament is probably about getting 1 win and 1 draw. The second match is Australia versus Turkey. And this is a classic style clash. Australia are organized, physical, experienced, good in the air, comfortable defending deep, dangerous from set pieces. Turkey are technical, creative, unpredictable. They have players who can decide a game with 1 pass or 1 shot. Arda Güler can unlock a defense. Çalhanoğlu can control tempo and shoot from distance. Kenan Yıldız can create danger in tight spaces. Kerem Aktürkoğlu and Barış Alper Yilmaz give them speed and directness. But Turkey's problem is balance. They are exciting, yes, but exciting teams can also give you dangerous moments. Against Australia, that matters, because Australia do not need to dominate the ball to hurt you. They just need one cross, one corner, one free kick, one mistake. So I do not see this as an easy Turkey win. I think Australia make it uncomfortable, I think they score, but Turkey have too much creative quality. Eventually, one of their attacking players finds the difference. My prediction, Turkey 2, Australia 1. After match day 1, the table looks like this. At this point, the group has a very clear shape. USA and Turkey are in control. Paraguay and Australia are already under pressure. But this is where the group gets interesting, because Paraguay are about to play Turkey and Australia are about to play the USA. One draw can change everything. The next match is USA versus Australia. For the USA, this is the match they have to win if they want to control the group. If they beat Australia, they move to 6 points. That probably means qualification. Then the final match against Turkey becomes a battle for first place. But Australia are dangerous here, not because they have more individual qualities than the USA, they probably do not, but because their style can frustrate the USA. They can defend deep, they can make the game physical, they can force crosses, they can slow the match down, and if the USA get impatient, Australia can survive longer than expected. Still, I think this matchup favors the USA. The USA should have more speed, more attacking depth, more ability to press, and with the crowd behind them in Seattle, the energy should be strong. Australia may hold for a while, maybe the first goal takes time, but once the USA score, Australia have to open up, and that creates space. My prediction, USA 2, Australia 0. The USA go to 6 points, Australia remain on 0. But again, I do not think Australia collapse. I think they lose because the USA have more attacking tools. Now comes one of the key games of the group, Turkey versus Paraguay. This is huge. Turkey have 3 points, Paraguay have 0. If Turkey win, they are almost through. If Paraguay lose, they are in serious trouble. So Paraguay needs something here, and this is exactly the type of game Paraguay like. They do not need to dominate possession. They do not need to play beautiful football. They need to make the game uncomfortable. Turkey wants rhythm. Paraguay wants disruption. Turkey wants space. Paraguay wants contact. Turkey wants creativity. Paraguay wants a fight. And this is where Turkey's defensive vulnerability can become a problem, because Paraguay might not create many chances, but they are good enough to punish one mistake. A free kick, a corner, a counterattack, a loose ball in the box. For Turkey, the question is whether their creative talent can break Paraguay down. Arda Güler can, Çalhanoğlu can, Kenan Yıldız can, but Paraguay are not going to make it easy. I think Turkey score first, but Paraguay fight back. And if Enciso is available, even for part of the match, that gives Paraguay one more route into the game. My prediction, Turkey 1, Paraguay 1. And now the table becomes very interesting. The USA are almost through. Turkey are in a strong position. Paraguay are still alive. Australia are in trouble. But Paraguay's path is clear now. Beat Australia, reach 4 points, and hope that is enough for the round of 32. Final match day, 2 matches at the same time. The biggest one is Turkey versus USA. This is probably the match that decides first place. The USA have 6 points, Turkey have 4. So for the USA, a draw is enough to win the group. For Turkey, a win probably gives them first place. That creates an interesting tactical situation. The USA do not need to take wild risks. Turkey do. But Turkey have the players to make it dangerous. If Arda Güler finds space, if Çalhanoğlu controls the tempo, if Kenan Yıldız gets isolated one-on-one, the USA can have problems. But the USA also have their own weapons. Pulisic in transition, Balogun attacking space, McKennie crashing into the box, Weah's speed, Reina or Tillman between the lines. This could be the best game in the group. I think Turkey have more possession spells. I think the USA are dangerous when the game opens up. And because both teams have reasons not to completely lose control, I see this ending level. My prediction, Turkey 1, USA 1. That result gives the USA 7 points, Turkey finish on 5, and both teams qualify directly. The other final match is Paraguay versus Australia. And for Paraguay, this is everything. They have 1 point. They need a win. A draw probably leaves them on 2 points, and that may not be enough. A win gives them 4 points, and 4 points should usually be very strong for a third-place team in this format. For Australia, this is about survival. They have 0 points in this scenario, but they are not dead until the match starts. If they beat Paraguay, they can jump to 3 points. If they win by enough, they might even enter the best third-place conversation. So this is not a meaningless game. It is a knockout match disguised as a group stage game. And statistically, it is tight. Both teams are physical. Both teams lack structure. Both teams can defend. Both teams can attack set pieces. I do not expect a high-scoring game. This feels like one goal decided. And I trust Paraguay slightly more in exactly this kind of match. Not because they are much better, but because they are more comfortable living in a low-scoring, tense, ugly game. Australia can absolutely get a draw here. Maybe even win if a set piece lands right. But my prediction is Paraguay 1, Australia 0. Paraguay reach 4 points. Australia finish with 0. Again, that sounds harsh on Australia. But in this group, I see them losing narrowly, not collapsing. So with my predicted results, the final table looks like this. So my final prediction is USA first, Turkey second, Paraguay third, Australia fourth. The USA qualified directly, Turkey qualified directly, Paraguay probably qualify as one of the best third-place teams, Australia are eliminated. But the important thing is this. I do not think Australia are a bad team. I think they are the unlucky team in a very balanced group. They could take a point from Turkey, they could take a point from Paraguay. If they do, the whole table changes. For me, the key match is not USA versus Turkey. That match probably decides first place. But the key match for the group is Turkey versus Paraguay. Because if Turkey beat Paraguay, the top two become very clear. USA and Turkey probably go through directly. Paraguay then need to beat Australia just to reach 3 points. But if Paraguay draw Turkey, like I predict, they stay alive. And if Paraguay beat Turkey, the entire group explodes. Suddenly, Turkey are under pressure. Paraguay could fight for second. And the final match between Paraguay and Australia becomes even more dangerous. So Turkey versus Paraguay is the game that decides whether this group becomes normal or chaotic. Now let's talk about the upset scenarios. Upset scenario number 1, Australia draw Turkey. If Australia take a point from Turkey in the opening match, then Turkey are immediately under pressure. They would probably need to beat Paraguay, and if they do not, Turkey could go into the USA match needing a win. That is dangerous. Upset scenario number 2, Paraguay draw or beat the USA. If the USA fail to win the opener, the whole home advantage story becomes pressure. Suddenly, the USA must beat Australia, and the Turkey match becomes much more stressful. Upset scenario number 3, Australia beat Paraguay. This is the result that kills Paraguay's best third-place path. Because Paraguay's entire route is built around staying alive against Turkey and beating Australia. If they do not beat Australia, they probably go home. So even though I have Australia fourth, they are the spoiler. They are the teams that can ruin Paraguay. Maybe even Turkey. Maybe even the USA if the Americans are wasteful. So my final Group D prediction is USA first, Turkey second, Paraguay third, Australia fourth. But I do not think this group is comfortable. The USA are my slight group winner because of home advantage and attacking quality. Turkey are the most dangerous team creatively. Paraguay are the most annoying team to play. And Australia are much better than the 0-point prediction looks. If you want the safe prediction, USA and Turkey qualify directly, Paraguay survive as a strong third-place team, Australia go out. If you want the chaos prediction, Australia steal a draw, Paraguay frustrate Turkey, and suddenly Group D becomes one of the messiest groups in the tournament. Now I want your prediction. Who wins Group D, USA or Turkey? And who finishes third, Paraguay or Australia? Write your full table in the comments.